Hey everyone, I am back finally. I don't know if anyone saw my community post, but I put out there that I am sick, or I was sick again for the third time in like the past 6 months. So that's why there was a 2 week delay between my last video and this video. And every time I get sick, I end up getting a sore throat, which, trying to speak into a microphone for a prolonged period of time of having a sore throat sucks. So we're back, and we are talking about Metallica today. In my most recent poll, you guys actually voted for more music-related videos, which awesome. I like talking about music, obviously. So we're going to be talking about Metallica and their new song and their new album and their new tour. I'm just recording the audio right now. I don't know what the background, like, image or thing might be. It might be gameplay. It might be just pictures. I don't know. Might be a black screen. I'm not sure. But to get into the meat and potatoes, I just wanted to say right off the bat that I liked Lux Æterna, or Lux Æterna, whatever it's supposed to be. I liked it a lot. I don't think it's amazing. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's the best thing I've ever heard, but I think it's a real good step in the right direction for Metallica and their songs. Because ever since Saint Anger, I feel like they've had an identity crisis, right? I feel like, Saint Anger was not a good album. I've already expressed that. I don't like Saint Anger. Death Magnetic was, I think, a great step in the right direction, and then they kind of took 2 steps back with Hardwired. Hardwired felt like a real weird mix to me. I like the album, but I think they were going in a good direction with Death Magnetic, and they just got tripped up again with Hardwired. But I think just by the production and the way they're playing, they really are trying to harness like that old 80s metal, that sound and the speed, which to me is really awesome, and I'm really excited for the new album. And Lux Æterna is a great teaser for the album. A lot of people are saying it kind of sounds like an old man hit the lights, which I think is hilarious. But I really like the song. I wish it was a bit longer, because, typically you're listening to a Metallica song that's like 6 minutes long. I think Lux Æterna is only 3.5 minutes. The riffs are a little basic, but they're catchy. I saw someone say that James Hetfield is better at writing melodies than he is at writing riffs, and that was supposed to be like a compliment, not a diss. It's a little basic, but it really does capture that old Metallica feel, I think. James's voice, I think they're trying to adapt with James's voice, because he obviously can't do the old, like, real heavy metal grunting and growling and stuff, and his voice is a lot higher pitched. So I have a feeling that the rest of the album, like, I don't want to say it's going to be like upbeat, but I think it's going to be like in a higher tune, and I think that it might not feel as heavy as like Master of Puppets and Justice were, because those albums are heavy. Most Megadeth albums are heavy, but I think this is going to be a light interpretation of heavy metal, maybe a more upbeat. Like I said, I don't really know how to explain it. I feel like it's going to end up being like a feel-good metal album, like one that's not going to get you too down in the dumps or like make you feel too angry. I don't know. I think just with James's voice and not being able to like scream or growl or anything, they're going to have to switch it up a little bit. And I think that's a problem that they were having on Death Magnetic and Hardwired, is that they're trying to get James to do something that he can't do anymore, which is understandable. He's almost 60 years old. He's been doing it for 40 years. You know, at a certain point, you have to switch it up. That is not sustainable. I mean, people complain about Corey Taylor's voice changing over the years. It's because he can't scream like that forever. But overall, I'm really happy with Lux Æterna. I think it's a really good step in the right direction. The music video is awesome, I think. They put a lot of production into that, and I also like the production on Lux Æterna because it feels glossy, but it doesn't feel overproduced. I felt that Hardwired and especially Death Magnetic felt very overproduced. But this Lux Æterna kind of just feels raw, you know? It doesn't feel like they're tweaking much. I mean, James's voice is probably getting tweaked a little bit, but it's got that gloss over it. But it just doesn't feel like too much, I guess. That's all I'm trying to say. And this video is kind of just a ramble. I don't have any notes or anything, so if my thoughts are kind of scatterbrained, it's because it's literally me talking into a microphone and just saying what comes off the top of my head. But Lux Æterna, I would probably give it like a 7.5, 8. I listen to it a lot, but obviously not better than their old stuff, but better than the stuff they've been putting out. Plus, it also gets an automatic plus 0.5 because Rob is their bass player, and I have such a soft spot for Rob Trujillo. I love Infectious Grooves, and I like Suicidal Tendencies, and anyone that was playing for Ozzy, you know. That's a real good bass player. He's incredible. Anyway, we could talk about bass players another day. In terms of 72 seasons, the entire album I'm excited for, but oh my god, the artwork is absolutely awful. I don't know why they picked the artwork that they did. I think with the sound that they're going for, they really should have tried to emulate their old album art. Like, I think they should have put the old logo, the old 80s logo on it. I think that they should have not used such a horrendous yellow color as the base for their album art. I really don't. I really have no idea what they were thinking with the album art. Whoever drew that up should be fired. I just hate it. I hate the album art. I hate the black. I hate the yellow. And it's like a burnt up crib and a bunch of baby toys and or other shit on the ground. And it's like, I don't know, man. I think it's so ugly. I really think that if they're trying to capture that essence of their 80s stuff, like on Kill 'Em All, they should have used their old style of album art, because at the end of the day, that's what they're trying to do with Lux Æterna. Maybe the rest of the album is different, I don't know, but like I said, with Hardwired and Death Magnetic, the songs, or not, the songs were kind of like a weird mix between old and new, but this really feels like they're trying to capture that old style. And I think with this album art, they're really, I don't know, I think album art can make a statement, and I think they missed a huge opportunity to tell people, like, we are back with a vengeance. Like, I thought Megadeth's album art on The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead really made a statement, especially with the song We'll Be Back. And it really felt like an old Megadeth album with Vic on the front, and like an old looking Vic on the front. And I really think that Metallica missed the mark with the album art. Also, the name of the album, 72 Seasons. I mean, I understand that it's like 18 years matters. You know, it's a concept album about the trials and tribulations of being a young person, which I like that theme a lot. But I think that the title could be better, and I think the album art could be better. At the end of the day, you know, this is all trivial. It doesn't really matter. It's what the album sounds like that matters, but I love album art. That's why I collect CDs and records, and this album makes me not want to buy it because it is so ugly. It's just ugly. But I understand the point that they're trying to make. It's, you know, being young is hard, and innocence goes away, and the real world sucks, and whatever. And it's just ugly. The point is good. The music seems like it's good. It could be good, but it's just ugly. I believe that let me check. I think it's got a decent sized track list though, which is exciting. Let me look on my phone. It's got 12 songs. And I think Hardwired had around the same. That might have had more. Let me check. They had 12 songs, yeah. You know, I think 12 is a bit much. Not that I'm gonna complain, but I think that they should really tighten up their track list and just keep the best of the best, because I think Metallica really needs to have a hit album here. I mean, honestly, they can do whatever they want, but because they're Metallica, you know, they are already metal legends and will go down in history for being metal legends. But I really would rather have a tight group of like 8 songs that are all hits and the album do super well than have a album that's kind of a slog to get through because some of the middle songs are a little, you know, mediocre. And we saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers suffer from this with Unlimited Love that came out, what was it, April of last year. It was like 2 hours worth of music, but only a couple of songs really were worth the shit on that album. And I don't want Metallica to have to suffer the same fate. And I think Hardwired really suffered that, like, slog. Like, there's a couple of good songs, but there's some songs that are just, you know, a slog to go through. So I'm really hoping that this is a tight track list and we get a banger album, for lack of a better term. So I've rambled on enough about the album. I'm excited for it. It comes out in March. Lastly, I wanted to talk about the tour that's coming up, which I think this tour is a really awesome idea because they're doing a world tour, I think, in 2023, 2024 to play their new stuff. And every show is 2 nights. You buy a ticket, you get 2 nights worth of music. Oh my god, sorry. I didn't mean to sniffle loud on the mic. You get 2 nights worth of music, and no track list is the same throughout the entire show, or throughout the entire tour. So every show is unique in what songs they play. And I think that's really exciting because I think that means they're probably going to pull out a lot of deep cuts. Maybe from Load and Reload, maybe from Saint Anger, maybe actually play some of their new stuff live. The only new songs that they play live are Moth into Flame sometimes. I think they played Spit Out the Bone once. They don't play like anything from Hardwired, anything from Death Magnetic, but I'm hoping that if they're going to do a world tour and every track list is going to be different, I really hope they play some new stuff. I hope they play some deep cuts like off their old stuff, like Escape. They never play Escape live. There's some really, really good songs on Load that they never play that I like Wasting My Hate. I don't think they play much. Ronnie, that like slower, like southern-y kind of sounding song. Anyway, that's exciting, but the problem is I think the tickets are going to be way overpriced. And listen, I'm going to try my best to go, but as a college student, I don't really have a lot of money to be blowing on tickets. But also, they're getting up there in age. This might be their last tour. Who knows? So it's a conundrum. I'm like, should I waste the money and go? But when I mean money, like I heard some of the tickets are like $700 a piece. And like I love Metallica, but I don't think I can spend $700 to go see them on top of having to travel and, you know, probably get a hotel or something, because obviously I'm going to be drinking at a Metallica concert. And I probably won't even be in like a bit. I'll probably get seats. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping that the ticket prices aren't going to be as insane. I think some of them actually go on sale, pre-sale today, but it's pre-sale for like 2024. It's also like I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 2024. I hate planning that far ahead because it's like I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But another exciting part about the tour is that Pantera will be opening for them, and Greta Van Fleet will be opening for them on some legs of the tour, which, I mean, say what you will about Greta Van Fleet, but that would be an awesome show to see either Greta Van Fleet or Pantera to open for Metallica. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, are we living in the 90s? The 90s are back. It's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I've been rambling for long enough, but super excited for the tour. Super excited for the album. Super excited about Lux Æterna. And let me know what you guys think in the comments about the new stuff coming out. Let me know some more topics to discuss. I'd love to plan these videos out a little bit more. Like I said, today was just kind of a ramble, but also at the same time, I feel like it's the best way to get my thoughts out and to be authentic is to just ramble about them. So anyway, don't forget to check out my non-ASMR channel over at Anonymous Salmon. I'm getting a new upload there soon too. I haven't uploaded there in a while, but I try to make those videos a bit more thoughtful than just rambles. So, well, I mean, they are rambles, but a bit more thoughtful rambles. So check that out. Let me know some other content ideas in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.